My brother, he had a dream from the Lord, and he said he saw my parents in this dream crying at his tombstone. He also said that he heard the Lord said to him, "Son, I'm going to use you." It was very shocking for me that my brother just died at the prime of his life, 27 years old. He was also the only son of my parents after 12 daughters. And then my mother was very angry. He says, "Why did this happen?" She remembered my brother always praying by his bedside, kneeling down, worshipping God and reading the Bible. And so the first thing she said was, "Why did this happen? I thought, your God is so big. How come He didn't protect my son?" And for me, a Christian, I had the same question as my mother. So I asked the Lord, "Why? Lord, why did you let this happen? Isn't it better that my brother live?" And then I heard God spoke very clearly to me. "Your brother did not die in vain." The words became so real. Your brother didn't die in vain. All my anger and the attitude I had against God changed when I heard those words. I knew that God, you've given me these words. It's like a promise. I believe that you will bring it to pass. But how, I didn't know. But I wanted to believe in you, that you will bring it to pass. And that was how I changed my whole posture against the Lord. Bernard wanted very much for my parents to become Christians. But it was like an impossible thing for my parents to ever come to know the Lord. My parents, especially my mom, in their anger, they said that they would not give Bernard a Christian funeral. And when that happened, the whole church prayed for us. And finally, my mother relented. And that was actually the turning point. Because when my brother's coffin came into the hole with the cross, my mother said, when he saw the cross coming into the hole, she sensed that there was a strong spiritual force that has come into the hole, more powerful than, the gods that she worshipped. She said to me that she knew that she would not be able to hold joysticks anymore. My brother's death put whatever the fear my parents had and the security my parents had, placed on my brother, that was shattered and broken. It's like no more hope for my parents to live on. My parents knew that the only way to be reunited with Bernard is really to also know the God that he worshipped and to embrace the same faith. So my parents' heart was open to know the Lord, and then they wanted to get baptized after that. My parents became Christians. It was really a miracle that my parents came to know the Lord. So indeed, Bernard's dream that God said, "Son, I want to use you," came true. So my brother didn't die in vain. Bernard wanted very much for my parents to become Christians. And I believe he said this to my parents, that if you become Christians, then it's going to be a complete big round table in heaven of all the family members. So it's like the whole family celebrating salvation in eternity in heaven. So I believe that God miraculously and in His grace and love for the whole family, that God indeed used my brother to bring the whole family to know Him as their Savior and Lord.